So, if you saw my community tab, then you know that I have been teasing a review on Soap Shoe Sonic, or as he's called, Grind Shoe Sonic now, Sonic the Werehog, and the normal Supersonic, which is actually my first modern Supersonic figure. Not my first, but articulated modern. So yeah, essentially, this is gonna be a review on Grind Shoe Sonic or Soap Shoe Sonic, Sonic the Werehog, and Supersonic. Now we'll work our way up from the ones that have released first and the ones that have been released last, starting in this specific order, starting with Supersonic. Supersonic is a form of Sonic introduced in Sonic 2. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm stretching out the video, not in this way where there's gonna be a black screen for a minute, but to explain where the character comes from, what I think about the figure, and then overall rating. So let's go. Supersonic is a form of Sonic is Sonic's super form that was given to him in Sonic 2 as a reward for collecting all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Unlike the all 6 Chaos Emeralds that people, unlike the 6 Chaos Emeralds from Sonic 1. Although yeah, this is basically essentially Supersonic is a kind of mixed breed inspired by Super Saiyan 1 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 in terms of aura, in a way, I guess, but mainly just Super Saiyan 1. So yeah, that's Supersonic. Now I won't list off appearances, but yeah, this is just Supersonic. Now, working up our way to the normal Grind or Soap Shoes Sonic. Soap Shoes Sonic, or specifically the Soap Shoes, are based off of the Soap Shoes from Sonic Adventure 2. And the reason why Sonic has these, because if you don't know, in the trial version, Sonic had his regular shoes. It's based on a promotion and collab that Sega did with Soap, the company making Soap Shoes, and Sega collaborated to have Sonic wear Soap Shoes in Sonic Adventure 2. So, yeah, Sonic Adventure 2. And, however, the company kind of died out since it was bought out and they stopped making the shoes. However, so slightly, it's made a comeback with Epic Grind Shoes, which I actually own some myself in a white pair. So, yeah, basically what you need to know about the Grind Shoes. Now, this is a pretty good figure. Of course, the knees are kind of jiggly, but that's okay. Oh yeah, Supersonic's it's a 6 out of 10. Now, this guy is I would say he gets elevated up to 8 out of 10. Kind of same as Supersonic, or not. I don't know. So yeah. But yeah, he's super. Not super. He gets an 8 out of 10 on the rating. So yeah, it's time to move on to Sonic the Werehog. Now, Sonic the Werehog is from Sonic Unleashed, which is his first and only appearance in the Sonic franchise, other than in renders or in things such as Sonic Forces' Speed Battle or Sonic Speed Simulator. which I've kind of just quit in a way. So yeah, I still play the game from time to time, but yeah. This is Werehog Sonic. Sonic the Werehog, or Werehog Sonic, was introduced in Sonic Unleashed on Sonic Unleashed, and has recently gotten popularity with Sonic Unleashed Recompilated. Sonic Unleashed Recompilated. I don't need to explain that, but it's basically just... I'm not explaining it. But anyway, the Werehog Sonic is basically a mutation of Sonic, basically being a mixed breed of Dark Gaia energy and Sonic. Basically making this guy, basically making him be able to stretch his arms, which cannot be done on the figure, on this Werehog Sonic figure. But essentially, yeah. Now I give him a solid 9 out of 10, because, like, yeah, he's really cool, but I do wish they made it to where, like, the arms could, like, have this, like, retractor that could extend. Or they could actually make that with a play set, so yeah. So now it's time for the final ranking. Not at the final part, because it's now the second part, which is entirely about Werehog. The Werehog has these knees right here that are more like, they look a lot like the Sonic Movie 3 figure like ankles, which I am gonna show the character that has not been shown yet, but will be in my most recent short. Flames of Disaster Knuckles, who comes from the Knuckles show and briefly in Sonic Movie 3. So yeah, but we'll be talking about these two. Sonic's legs so if you don't know, with the Sonic Movie 3 figures, as long as you have Sonic, Tails, or Shadow, just Sonic, Tails, and Shadow, they can move, their legs can, like, not legs, but, like, ankles, which the shoes, can, like, turn left and right, which the same can be said for, Werehog Sonic, but he's kind of advanced because he can, turn. So, yeah. Now it's time for the part you've probably been waiting for, the figure scaling. So, apart from Movie Sonic over here that we're going to be scaling him with, the first figure, Soap Shoe Sonic we're going to be scaling him with Flames of Disaster Knuckles, Tails, Mecha Sonic from Sonic 2, or Mecha Sonic Mark 1, and Big the Cat. I will not be explaining when these guys were first in the game, or when they were first in their first appearances, but yeah. So here's how Big the Cat scales to Sonic. Relatively well. Here's how Mecha Sonic... Hold on. Here's how... Wait, I'm putting him in a straight position. Here's how Mecha Sonic scales up to Sonic, also relatively well. He's also shorter than Foreign Sonic. So, yeah. Then it's time to scale him with Tails, who actually scales extremely close to Soap Shoe Sonic. And then finally the two ones until we get to Super Sonic, the Disaster Knuckles, which practically towers over Soap Shoe Sonic, and then Sonic Movie 3 Movie Sonic, who also kind of towers over, but not by a lot. Or kind of by, like, a middle lot, I guess. So now we're gonna scale all of the the figures that we mentioned, not including maybe including Soap Shoe Sonic if I feel like it, with all the previous figures, not really in order at all. So there's Big the Cat, which he's actually managed to kind of grow on Big the Cat, kind of getting to like his ears. Then Mecha Sonic, who's still shorter than Super Sonic, and he won't stand. Hold on, I'll get one more figure for this thing. It's like Metal Sonic, who doesn't actually scale abruptly to like kind of the size of Super Sonic, but just so we can be fair, I'll scale him up to Soap Shoe Sonic since I didn't include him. But yeah, he's kind of towering over him. So yeah, now with that out of the way, we can then get on to Tails, who Sonic's actually managed to grow, like, be taller than, even though Tails is kind of like on that 4.5 inch type thing. And then finally, Flame the Disaster Knuckles, which basically clears out Super Sonic in height, and then Movie Sonic, who Super Sonic's actually relatively close to. So yeah, now it's time for Sonic the Werehog, which we're gonna compare to Big, which, hey, he's actually kind of on that type of size as Big. So then, we're gonna then compare him to Silver Sonic, who, of course, Werehog is standing tall over. Then Classic Metal Sonic, who does get close, but who is pretty close. In fact, they're probably the same, but I could probably be wrong, so say in the comments below. Then Tails, who, he's shorter. Then Flame the Disaster Knuckles, who basically clears him, but not by a lot, but kind of by a lot, but at the same time not by a lot. And then finally, we have Movie Sonic, who does actually get kind of close to him. So yeah, let me know if you want, like, more Pillar Chase 2 content, or just more Roblox content in general, because I have more of that gonna be pumped out. So yeah, bye.